Will you not consider it, Lady? If no one steps forward, they will debate until you...
Having fun?
Fun never ends in Skyhold, does it?
The Inquisitor was a funny Kunari. That's what they'll say one day. You watch. I assume you've heard that Leliana and I are both candidates to be the next Divine. Because of what happened at Halam Shiral, of course, the Empire favors you. Thus everyone close to you.
Nice.
So now the Chantry bandies our names about without even asking us first.
Is that even possible?
How can you and Liliana be candidates? You're not even priests.
It's not without precedent. Amar III was sister to the Emperor, and Galatea a commoner. Liliana and I were, at least, part of the Chantry hierarchy. It would be accepted.
You'd be perfect.
I think you'd make an...
It was never meant to be like this. The Chantry, the Circle of Magi, the Templars, this cannot be what they intended when it all began. The Chantry should provide faith, hope veer from its course, even in the face of certain death.
You really...
My faith demands something else, that I see with better eyes.
So do better.
If you're concerned, then make it better.
Did you know Varric is Andrastian? Oh, he blasphemes with every second breath, but deep down he believes. His heart is virtuous. But he would never step foot in a Chantry. It should be the first place to which the virtuous turn. It needs to change. Perhaps I must be the one to change it.
What would you change?
What would you change about the Chantry?
The Circle of Magi has its place, but it needs reform. Let the mages govern themselves with our help. Let the Templars stand as mages, but as protectors of the innocent. We must be vigilant, but speak my name for now, nothing more. For now, restoring order and stopping Corypheus remain our priority. Is there anything you need?
So, you're a candidate for Divine now. Appeal to you?
Ah, yes. To be embroiled in politics and have every cleric jealous of me for the rest of my life. It is very simple. The Chantry needs to survive. To do that, it must change. I have never believed in asking another to do what you are unwilling to do yourself.
That's good.
So I look upon this as an opportunity. I owe it to myself and all of Thedas to seek the Sunburst throne.
You'd make a good Divine.
I think you'd make an excellent choice.
Thank you. Let's hope the Chantry clerics agree.
That's enough for now.
Another time, then.
Let's see, who can we talk to next? I think we're gonna talk to Iron Bull.
You know I've got no problem with Orlesians, but Halam Sharal was a mess. At least under the Hume, you don't get everyone tripping on each other's dicks while the country goes to crap.
We need politics.
The politicking we saw at Halam Shiral might seem pointless, but it's the beating heart of the Empire. The winner of the game is the one who best builds alliances, and controls what's discussed and what's decided.
So it rewards manipulation, instead of rewarding the ability to get stuff done. I don't know. The Qun isn't perfect, but it doesn't care what any single person wants. Orlais is full of people who care about nothing else.
Let's go talk to Sarah.
Of course. One for the Empress, for Gaspard, Brianna, the Duchess, and Corypheus. Right in the dangle bag.
Remind me not to get you mad.
Well, remind me to stay on your good side.
Don't worry, you're sparkling compared to that lot. A cook here, a footman there. What's it matter, right? So long as there's a book for the throne. And a total arse, too. I thought Gaspard was tired of that game, but he settled in real easy. Ugh, that place. Should have just thrown in some bees and slammed the doors.
Earwigs.
I don't know. Want to stop a party, I think you go earwigs.
I hate those things, with their little pinchy butts. Josephine should add that to her paper threats. You know the real lesson from all this? Never sleep with an empress. That, and Briala being an idiot. The whole thing would have gone different if that little piss-up wasn't in the middle.
Their mistakes made it worse.
That was a mistake on their part. It made everything worse.
Wrong way around, Inquisitor. It started worse. Lots of people died before there was a hole in the sky. That's who you're saving. If you get a chance, maybe remind them not to be idiots.
Oh, I will.
Your wish is something, something.
Tell me about yourself.
What about me? Go on.
Let's go talk to Blackwall.
Exciting, isn't it? Succession and the opportunity it brings.
Apologies, but
You have to admit, it looks bad.
it looks like a lot.
The war in Olay has claimed too many lives. I pray that it's over for good. I'll be right here if you need me.
Let's go talk to Varric. Let's see.
I need to have a few words with my publisher. The first one will be you, and the second one will be Bastard. They've claimed for years my crime serials don't sell in Orlais. Sorry, distracted. Anyway, you need something?
What are your...
If there's anybody out there who hasn't joined the Inquisitor... Did you want to take over for Eldon? I think we might be able to conquer it just by looking east.
What do you...
She scares me. Mostly in a good way. At least I'm...
What do you think about...
Find him a war or something. If he spends any more time in the yard drilling, Josephine will...
How do you think Joe...
I'm starting to get the feeling that this is all a warm-up before she takes over Antiva in a bloodless coup.
Another time, Varric.
Let's talk to Dorian.
Marvelous business, the Winter Palace. An empress dead, her replacement in your pocket. A charming fellow, though still a bit of a thug. All this dancing, politics, and murder makes me a bit homesick.
Personally, I'll remember our dance.
There could have been more corpses about. Although I suppose we might have tripped over them.
You're a grim young man, Dorian.
Nonsense. I simply enjoy the drama. I hope you tried the ham they were serving, by the way. Tasted of despair. It's fascinating.
I should go.
Try not to kill any...
Let's go talk to Vivian.
My dear, I'm afraid I must ask you for help. There is an alchemical formula that I must complete, but I have been unable to obtain a critical ingredient. The heart of a snowy wyvern. I had arranged to obtain one, but the chevaliers working with me were killed in the Civil War.
I'll help you.
I'll do what I can.
Thank you, my dear. I would be most grateful. I shall give the location of its lair to Cullen. Remember, my dear, I must have its heart, or the potion will not work. I eagerly await your success.
Why not? Let's go talk to Liliana.
Some look to Cassandra or even me as Justinia's successor. I never thought the idea would gain momentum. There is, after all, no shortage of vultures circling the sunburst throne.
Is becoming divine something you really want?
When Justinia was alive, I would have laughed at anyone who even suggested that I could be her successor. Things have changed. Still, I don't know. Restoring the Chantry will be like trying to steer a sinking vessel through a storm.
No one would fault you for abandoning ship, you know.
Out of the ship, and straight into the sea. You think Thedas hates mages now? If the Chantry falls, don't you think the people will blame magic? Look at all that's happened. Kirkwall's Chantry, the war, the breach. Mages are always involved. Without the Chantry to guide, that hatred will spiral out of control.
Wow. You really don't think highly of Thedosians.
The people care only for simple things. Their world is small, and everything beyond it is unknown and something to fear. They will continue to live like this, unless they can be shown another way. But this is a discussion for later. If Corypheus wins, finding a new divine will be the least of our problems.
True.
A message from Divine Justinia.
Pretty sure she's not here anymore.
Dead people usually don't send messages.
And I see you feel it necessary to inform me of this. This message was written months, perhaps even years ago, to be delivered to me if she died. I've heard of such contingency plans. A sudden death often leaves loose ends. I'm to go to Valence, a small village on the waking sea. There is something hidden there.
Whatever you need.
I'll help in whatever way I can.
Wonderful. I was hoping you would agree to come with me to Valence. One more thing. If what is hidden in Valence is as valuable as I think, we're not going to be the only ones looking for it. I shall meet you at the Chantry in Valence. Try not to delay.
Inquisitor, what can I do for you, darling? Worship?
What do we have here? Cool. Nice.
Almost gotcha. How bracing to be in the thick of the game again. The last time there were a dozen affairs, 5 secrets, but until the Duchess was unmasked,
At least they weren't bored.
In shock.
No one can say the...
No, I must confess, when Celine was killed, my first reaction wasn't sorrow. It was disappointment. How could the Empress of Orlais be taken in by the Duchess's plot?
She was reckless.
Celine sacrificed her safety to her politics.
The blade at her back certainly proved sharper than the knives at her throat. But let's not lose sight of victory. Your actions at the ball have secured us allies and favors alike.
It was very exciting.
Playing the game was thrilling.
With Celine gone, I don't know if it will be for the better, or... Although I do wish Varric would show a bit more... We've an interesting development.
They think...
Even Leliana can't trace the rumor's origin. It may be expedient to respond to those asking for Andraste's words.
Tell them I do speak for her.
Tell the petitioners, Andraste...
That will...
Cool. Let's summon the War Council.
It's time to plan our next attack. What's the state of the Inquisition?
We have the military might of Orlais behind us. Emperor Gaspard will send support on request.
And your actions at Adamant denied Corypheus his army of pet demons.
Good.
With Orlais' support, our numbers match his. Corypheus' followers must be panicking.
My agents agree. Our victories have shaken his disciples.
They'll be easier targets.
That's what we want. Demoralized soldiers fall first. Where is Corypheus now?
After you dealt with the Duchess, Corypheus uprooted his major strongholds. He's moving south to the Arbor Wilds. His army clearly wasn't prepared to flee. Our victories have them on the defensive.
It's time to finish them off.
We strike Corypheus now, while his people are reeling. If he's hiding in the Arbor Wilds, that's where we finish him.
But what is Corypheus doing in such a remote area?
His people have been ransacking elven ruins since Haven. We believe he seeks more. What he hopes to find, however, continues to elude us.
Which should surprise no one. Fortunately, I can assist.
It can't hurt.
I'll ignore that you wandered in without knocking. You have my attention.
What Corypheus seeks in those Forgotten Woods is as ancient as it is dangerous.
Which is?
His best, if I show you.
Okay. I don't see why not.
This is an Illuvian, an elven artifact from a time long before their empire was in the Arbor Wilds. That is what Corypheus seeks.
You brought this here?
Corypheus wants this, and you brought it into my castle?
If the Darkspawn could breach these walls, would he not have already come for you? I found legends of an elven temple within the Arbor Wilds, untouched. It proved too dangerous to approach, and thus I turned elsewhere to find my prize. If Corypheus has turned southward, he could succeed where I failed. The Illuvian would be his.
What does it do?
A more appropriate question would be, where does it lead?
Interesting. The fabled crossroads.
If this place once had a name, it is... I call it the Crossroads, a place where all Illuvians join, wherever they might be.
This could be useful.
A useful trick.
For one who knows the way, certainly. The ancient elves left no roads, only ruins hidden in far-flung corners. This is how they traveled between them. As you can see, most of the mirrors are dark, broken, corrupted, or unusable. As for the rest, a few can be opened from this side, but only a few.
What do you mean, a few can be opened from this side?
Some of the Illuvians have been left unlocked, like doors accidentally left ajar. All others are closed. They can be opened only from beyond.
Opened how?
With a key.
You have a key?
I suppose you have such a key?
The key can be many things. Each Illuvian is different. I have knowledge as well as power. Often that is enough.
How did you find this?
How did you find out about this place?
My travels have led me to many strange destinations, Inquisitor. Once, they led me here. It offered sanctuary.
Sanctuary?
Not all the mirrors lead back to our world. The ancients were nothing if not resourceful.
What does that mean?
If they don't lead back to our world, then...
Places between, like this one. I can describe it no better. For a time, I had a safe place to raise my son. But only for a time. One cannot remain in between forever.
Are these useful at all?
If most of these mirrors are broken or locked, then what use are they?
This is not the Fade, but it is very close. Someone with enough power could tear down the ancient barriers.
And enter the Fade in the flesh, like Corypheus wanted to do with the Anchor.
He learned of the Illuvian in the Arbor Wilds as I did. He marshals the last of his forces to reach it. You have made Corypheus desperate, Inquisitor. We must work together to stop him, and soon.
Agreed. Well, that was a magical experience. Nice. Let's talk to Morgan. Is that Kieran? Cool.
You're the Inquisitor. You're very tall. Mother didn't say you were a Canary.
I am indeed a Canary.
Oh? I'm told it's the first thing one notices about me.
I noticed your blood. It doesn't belong to your people.
Kieran, are you bothering the Inquisitor?
Of course not. Did you see what's on his hand, Mother?
I did see. 'Tis time to return to your studies, little man. My son. Never where you expect him to be, naturally.
He's your son?
I didn't know you had a son.
Why would you? I take great pains to not let my own reputation affect him in any way. To most in the Imperial Court, he's simply a quiet and well-spoken lad. Perhaps the heir of some distant family. But he goes where I go. Worry not, Inquisitor. Kieran is a curious boy, but seldom troublesome.
Or is his father?
Will his father be joining us as well?
'Twould be most unlikely. I have raised Kieran on my own for quite some time now. Was my preference from the start. So 'tis but the two of us, Inquisitor. Your fortress is a large place, and you will scarce notice our presence.
He's a bit odd.
There's something rather unusual about him.
There is. He is a special lad. It falls to me to protect him from anything and anyone that mean him ill. Most of all, he must be protected from myself. No one could harm him more than I. To think, until recently, this place stood decrepit. Occupied only by the desperate and the lost. Now it is party to events that threaten to shake the world. I wonder if it is pleased.
You know of Skyhold?
It sounds like you've heard of Skyhold before.
This fortress was built upon the remains of a site holy to the ancient elves. They called it Tara Salan, the place where the sky is kept. It is said that from here, they reached up to the heavens to bring them down to rest. They abandoned it, as did the humans who came after them. Bones laid upon bones, silent until your arrival.
We were lucky to find it.
We were lucky to have found it when we did.
Fate is often mistaken for luck, as Mother is fond of saying. The magic in this place has seeped into the stones, protecting it from darkness. Those who let it fall to ruin did not know what they possessed. You, I think, shall do it justice. You were kind to welcome my aid, Inquisitor, even knowing as little. I will do my best to aid your cause with all the knowledge at my disposal. This I swear to you.
Thank you.
I appreciate whatever help you can give us.
He can succeed. 'Tis that he actually may.
Interesting.
First the Templars, now the Grey Wardens. Both devoted their lives to fighting evil.
We have the Templars.
We brought most...
I thank the Maker for that. The Inquisition must serve as an example. We must stand where others fall. Another time, then.
Let's talk to Baldy.
Inquisitor? Tell me, how does it feel?
How does what feel?
Being you. Are you blissfully unaware? Or deep inside, is some part of you banging on the walls, screaming?
Fine, thanks.
Being me feels great. Like pulling on a warm pair of stockings.
Continue with your merry japes. It would be sad were you forced to examine yourself with a critical eye. Although I should watch my tone. I speak to a demigod after all. The chosen of Andraste.
Nice.
Do you enjoy the worship? Does it make you feel infallible? Or do you see them as fools, gullible for their belief?
The lie is useful.
I don't get to be picky about the tools I use. If the story gets me more allies for this fight, I'll use it.
You're not gaining allies. You're gaining minions. Sheep driven by one false god to fearfully follow another. Are you glad to have the Templars back at your side? A strong, proud organization founded on the fear of magic. What a wonderful job it has done.
They protect us.
The Templars protect people.
Yes! From thinking! Why am I surprised? You supported the Grey Wardens. Their blind zealotry must be a solace. I should thank you, Inquisitor. I had spent time with few of your people before this. From the stories, I thought you all thuggish, simple and crude. Now I know I was right. You have no idea what a comfort that is.
The moment you've all been waiting for.
How entirely expected. By your leave, Inquisitor.
There are spirits hovering by the veil to observe them. After our time in Halam Shirao,
You miss court entry?
Oh, well. No. But from the Fade, I have what... And always... In any event, Gaspard should be a steadfast ally. Especially
I'm not sorry about Briella.
Briella brought it on herself.
All right. Why would I... I'm sorry. I was confused. I do not consider myself...
You are an elf, and a powerful mage as well. Have you ever considered trying to help your people?
How? By attacking Orlesian nobles? Should I skulk around the Dales, mourning my lost heritage? I joined the Inquisition to save the world. As for the elves of Orlais, Brialla did what she could. She was an admirable
She didn't
woman.
impress me.
If you were more admirable.
The world at large will judge her on... We who knew her, even briefly, have the luxury, instead of just... I cannot believe the Grey Wardens could even... to seek out these old gods deliberately, in some bizarre attempt to preempt the Blight.
Don't forget the demons.
Calling the army.
The demons are nothing.
A tool that would have led Corypheus.
Even if they hadn't, the Blight is not... Forgive me.
Yes?
You're addicted to the fade.
Tell me something. Do you care about...
The Inquisitor. Only not.
I cared.
Tread lightly.
Watch that.
Why? Do you have... Are you absolute... I volunteer to help Inquisitor.
Cool.
I've chosen a buckle over with 2
First, this wasn't my idea. It is an issue born of titles and heir apparency and... Halam Shiral is having difficulty freeing trade routes formerly controlled by Duchess Florian. Had she been tried, her assets would be forfeit and considerable bureaucracy avoided. So, they ask that we judge her.
Are you serious? I did my part. She's dead.
That was the time allotted for rebuttal. Her crimes negated any claim to... Forgive me, there is an odor.
Community service.
I call for rehabilitation. The Skull should do public theater about the evils of evil. I also judge the box. End table for orphans.
That's quite enough, Inquisitor. Point taken.
Let's summon the War Council.
I have requests for information on your lineage from a few interested parties at the Winter Palace.
Andraste preserve me. Feel free to use those requests as kindling.
No, I shall take them. I want to know who pines for our commander. We can use this to our advantage.
I am not bait.
Hush. Just look pretty.
Inquisitor?
All right. Any clues to his next move?
Some, but not enough for us to go on just yet.
At your service.
Let's see what we have.
Let's venture forth. These creatures don't stand a chance. Let's set up camp. This place is eerie and ominous. What do you think? Comment down below.
It's quiet here. I like it.
So far, so good.
This is nice. Wet all the way from my ankle to my other ankle.
We're looking for the snowy wyvern to get it. Oh, there we go. I see it. Let's go to Valance.
It's just as I remember it.
It's too quiet for comfort.
I didn't expect it to be so deserted. It makes me uneasy.
It's a small village and it's too early for the chant. I'm sure the sisters are somewhere.
Liliana, is that you?
Sister Natalie, what are you doing here? I thought you were in Val Rayo.
No, I've been here since Justinia died. This place makes me feel like she's still with us.
Inquisitor, this is Natalie, a trusted friend.
Wait, Inquisitor? You brought the Inquisitor here? My lord, forgive me for not recognizing you earlier.
You'll pay penance for that.
You owe me 20 readings of the Canticle of Trials for that insult.
He doesn't mean it. Natalie, listen. There is something hidden here. Something Justinia left for me.
Oh, really? What is it?
I don't know, but we'll find it. I'm curious to see what brought us all here.
Yeah, let's do it.
Justinia's letter came with instructions for me. Well, cryptic. Always remember that faith sprung from a barren branch. That light has no fear of darkness. Above all, that strength lives in an open heart.
She must be hinting at something in here. Let's look around.
Do they still sing verses from the benedictions every Friday? That canticle was Justinia's favorite.
Yes, of course. Never stop the traditions of a most beloved divine.
That is lovely to hear. An open heart. Well, that one's quite literal. And morbid. But Justinia always said that compassion was my greatest strength. Doubt is easy. It takes courage to trust. I stare up at the breach sometimes. It's terrifying, but beautiful in its way.
It is beautiful.
Have you seen it by sunrise?
When the sun rises.
So far things are going well.
Like a broken mirror.
Very nice.
Yes. Spectacular, isn't it?
What was that?
See what opens. What's in the box?
Sorry
Nice.
to keep you waiting.
Well played.
Good old Liliana was playing you the whole time. Didn't you realize?
They never sing the benedictions here on Fridays, Natalie. Something so simple. And you got it so wrong. I wanted to believe, but you were lying from the start. Keep that pretty mouth shut if you must, dear. You've already told me everything I need to know. The prickleweed burrs on your hem, talking about the sun rising through the breach. It all points to a single place. Morel in the Dales, Grand Cleric Victoire's bastion. She sent you, didn't she? Victoire was always an opportunist.
Good, we know our enemy.
Good work. We know the name of our enemy. That's half the battle won.
Exactly.
Kill me then. I am not afraid to die for my beliefs. At least I still know what I believe.
Kill her. Do it.
This has to be done. You know
Do it.
I see what you've become. The righteous stand before the darkness, and the Maker shall guide them.
Good.
No! This can't be it. There's nothing here.
A hidden bottom.
Check again. Perhaps the box itself is a puzzle. She seems the puzzling sort.
No, it's just an empty box. There's a message carved in the lid. The left hand should lay down her burden. She's releasing me. The divine has a long reach, but it is always her left hand that stretches out. 1,000 lies, 1,000 deaths. Her commands, but my conscience that bore the consequences.
It was necessary.
Sacrifices are necessary. You know that.
I know. And hearing you agree gives me the courage to do what must be done. Justinia tried to save me, but all it's done is made me realize I don't need saving. There is work to be done. I'll see you back at Skyhold.
Very good. Let's go to the hinterlands.
Let's look around.
Too many people dying for... My apologies. Can I help you?
Can you help the
Of course they
refugees?
would. But if refugees would risk their lives for a knife here, why?
The elves were slain. If you want...
All right. I'll see you at...
Let's go to Dennett.
I suppose this must be Master Dennett.
So you're the Inquisition, eh? Never thought it... Name's Dennett. I served our Lehman for 30...
It is.
None of them. I can't... You'll have mounts once I know they won't...
Got a problem with me?
If you have a problem with me...
What? No idea how you ride without your feet dragging on. My wife Elena manages... Until then, you deserve... The chestnut over there is a purebred Ferelden Forder. Good to see you, Inquisition. Right now, once that's done, I'll give as I can. I've no problem with charity. Watch yourself, Inquisition.
I heard what my man. You deal with the wall. They're possessed, or something like it.
Let's see what we have here.
The Master doesn't want me handing them. If you put up a few watchtowers... I've marked good spots on the map. You set up what... I've marked good spots on the map. You set up watchtowers there, I'll talk to the Master and get your people weapons.
Let's go mount the horse in the stable. So far, things are going swimmingly. Very nice. Do you think things are going swimmingly? Comment down below what you think. Now let's deal with the wolves. Now let's find the demon. Oh, we can.
The farmers should be safe now. But they might still lose a few sheep here.
Okay. The sun's in my eyes, but I'm doing alright. How are you doing? Comment down below.